it's pretty good. And I'm going tonight, right after the call. I signed up. I had to register for the class, so now I'm going again. Yeah, because Leah in Australia does burpees like, 50 a day. I'm like, man. Wendy, you're muted.
Oh, lovely. I've been talking to you guys.
I saw that, but I couldn't hear you.
Thank you. I love that. Way to get it done, Katya. Anyone else have a win or a gratitude? One last one before we recap.
I guess I have a quick one, and this is to you, Wendy. You really encouraged me to read Untamed, and I've finally finished it. Well, it wasn't hard to finish it, but it really has kind of rocked my world a bit and kind of cracked me open in the best way. And so I really want to thank you for that. And it's causing some massive shifts in my life that were coming anyways, but the gratitude goes to all of the people, well, to you, Wendy. So thank you for encouraging me to saying that. The book is called Untamed by Glennon Doyle. And it's so funny, as I've talked about it to multiple people, they're like, oh my gosh, I just read that. I just finished it. It's changing my life. And it's amazing. God bless you, Katya. And I've been kind of in a really dark place for a bit of time. But today I just logged on. I knew Crystal was doing a presentation and Jim was there too. And it got me out of a funk, and I listened to some meditations and it just really helped. And I was just thankful for the people we have and the leaders we have. And I know things are going to be okay. So thank you, Wendy. I really appreciate, I know that anything you say is good will be good. And I know that.
Oh, Sarah, you always make me want to cry. I love it.
You always make me want to cry.
We'll just cry together all day long. Happy tears.
Good tears.
My son will bring over a box of tissues. But yeah, I just love, Sarah, I feel like things are happening to you now, kind of like almost at a, things are popping into your life now because you're open to receiving it and being in an environment where like the people who you lean on, you choose the people when you're in a funk, you recognize that there's a way to get out of it. And that's really the key. And knowing who you can lean on is so powerful. Until we can get out of it ourselves, it's just, that's what the team is all about.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So recapping from last week, I know we have a lot of people who were on the call last week and some people were not. Last week was really interesting. Crystal brought us through a nice starting point, and I'll just pull this up again. Just finding our purposes, and we discussed some of the things that drive us, and I thought it was just so beautiful, because normally we talk about some kind of teaching point, but it was more about like getting back in touch with ourselves. And I love that this group, it's probably ranging from 30s to 70s, and we all had some, like, it was really a deep call, right? I don't know if you guys felt it, but what were some of the, from what you remember, I know we did some takeaways at the end, but like, what were some reactions that you got from it, or some feelings? Here, let me stop the share. If anyone wants to jump out. Did you sit and think about some of your whys? Or when you reflected on what other people shared, if you could improve your life, your lifestyle, or what excites you, or what you're passionate about, what kind of stood out? I know a week goes by and it's just like, what happened? I'll share what stood out for me was really seeing how it doesn't matter what age you are, you can still dream whenever. And I just loved how Harry and Dolores talked about just like starting now, and like living a life that was just so by the book, because we were taught how we should be. And then realizing, having that moment where you just kind of wake up and say, it doesn't have to be that way. Like, I could be someone totally different, and I'm excited to find out who that is. So I just love the Rams bottoms, because I don't know, they're just so young at heart, and it just is so inspiring. So yeah. And
well, thanks for that, Wendy. Being 74-year-old, that is actual. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. And Jim too, he shared some really powerful stuff too. It's just, still having this fire in your heart, no matter what. So I know Crystal wanted to finish off this piece on finding our purpose. And there was one last question that she had. And if you had all the means necessary, where would you make the biggest impact? I don't know if any of you had a chance to think about that. We can take 1 minute if you have a pen and paper. You can just, let's do 1 minute.
I know for me, it's about dogs. I mean, they are so transparent. They wear their little hearts on their sleeves, and they know so much more than they're given credit for. And if we would just pay more attention to that, we'd all be better off. So I would, if I had all the means necessary, I would be supporting more sheltered dogs or strays to have a safe environment.
That's beautiful. I love that. Anyone else want to share?
Well, Dolores, if Gail was still here, she'd be jumping up and down. She wanted to have 50 acres and just all the service to all the dogs we could find. So I think the thing that's great about this team, let's see, Sarah, is Sarah? There's not, I got really excited about Harry going Crystal Manager. That's really a great feat, Harry. And so I'm pushing to get there myself. But the goals that Sarah has accomplished are applauded just as great as Crystal Manager, because every person is on their own journey, and we, our applauding and being a great encouragement is what part of multi-level marketing is all about.
Yeah, absolutely, Jim. That's really well said. I mean, what other industry are people cheering each other on, right? Oh, so great. Harry.
Yeah, sorry to come back on again, but we're looking at this question 5. If you had the means necessary, where would you make the biggest impact? Well, don't have the means necessary at this moment, but by helping my daughter to become a consultant and putting her foot on the first, second, or third step of the ladder to what we all know is possible, right? If I had if money wasn't an object, she's paying for and building a brand new house. What I would do if money wasn't a question, I'd make sure she was going to be mortgage free.
That's awesome. I love that, Harry. I've thought about this question as like a really big question. And I think the biggest impact for me, so this is way outside of isogenics, but it's not really. I mean, I think about where at the very beginning, I feel like high school was the point in which I had little direction, and I wanted, this is funny that my mom's on this call, that I didn't want to have, I needed some other adult influence in my life. I didn't have that. And that's the time where you just want to, and it's really interesting that my kids are on this call too, but you have this period where you want some independence from your parents, but you don't know where to turn to. And had I, instead of peers, if I had some other adult mentor, I think I wouldn't have delayed this whole process of personal development, like having personal development in high schools. Like if you guys have been to University in Action with David Wood, it's just like the belief, creating belief in yourself and not being swayed by outside influences, and just like trusting your inner instinct. That is something that I would have an impact on, like some kind of youth or teen program. That's that. Okay. So I think we'll continue on with the 90-day game. Oh, let me stop sharing. The 90-day game plan next week with Crystal. But this week I've been actually, this meeting came about because I happened to share the 6-minute video that I created about one that Scott had shared with us, but I recreated it on Canva, and I sent it to my mom asking her for feedback, because like my mom has always been great for feedback in terms of network marketing. And she started like spewing she gave me feedback and she gave me tips and tricks. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is such really good advice or tips, but like, why don't we share it with the team or more people? And I'm not promising that we're going to recreate the conversation that we had, but I just wanted to share my mom with you guys. And she actually isn't the one who got me into network marketing. My mom has had a 25 plus year history in network marketing, and she's been on the executive board in another company, and she's brought us on some amazing trips. And my sister is actually on this call as well too. Yeah, surprise, mommy. Because she's such a part of our history as well too. You know, my sister and I grew up in this industry, but we just never thought it was for us. But I really have to, I don't know, put my hat off to my mom for pursuing it the way she had. And I just wanted to share her story because I didn't see the post that Jojo made, but I was like so kind of proud that she made, you guys know, I don't know if you guys have seen the Jimmy Smith networking times thing. But Jimmy Smith, for those of you who don't know, he's the oldest person in our company. I think he's like 93, and he's made like millions of dollars with Isogenics, and he's like one of the early members. So anyway, so he was in that magazine, and my mom actually was featured in that same magazine in 2003. So so I feel like my mom's kind of a legend. So I wanted to bring her on and kind of ask her some questions. So and I actually call her name is Cathy Lok, but I call her mommy because when we were growing up, I tried to call her mom, and then my sister said, that's not her name, it's mommy. So I'm just, mommy, can you unmute? Unmute. Okay. There you go. Hey, so I just want to ask you, what got you into network marketing?
Oh, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. And I'm so happy, and what a pleasure to meet all of you who was talking and I'm listening. And I'm proud of you that you are in the group, and I'm proud of Wendy. I didn't know that Wendy would follow my footsteps. The first time when she told me that, I said, what? I said, you're going to network marketing? I said, I didn't know that you're going to follow this track. But anyway, the first thing I apologize to Wendy, because I think when you were in high school and Laura was in high school, I was doing so much traveling for this company, because the company sent me everywhere, all over the world, to talk about, how good it is, and of course the product, and how good the program is to help people who are just working day and night and helping the other people make money. And then when you retire 60 years after working, you get a watch, and that's it, right? But the first thing was, I apologize that Wendy, that I was like away so much. But anyway, I'm so proud that you grow up to be such a strong person. And at the beginning, when I started looking at it, is when my husband had a little health issue. By the way, my husband is a surgeon from China, and together we're running 2 acupuncture clinics, one in New York, one in Connecticut. And so we thought we're gonna do well and then live a happy life, right? But there was a year that he had a health issue, and it's a vertical. And then he was like, oh, I can't work. I lost my eyesight. He was vomiting a lot. And we put him in the hospital for 3 days. They were doing tests. But luckily, he was okay. But at that time, I was thinking, hey, I need a plan B. How do I go on from here? The children are little. So then there are friends who show me some of the network marketing company. It's not your time, but it was old time. And I tried to look into some of them, and I said, no, it's not for me. Somehow, when there's a plastic surgeon, I have to give him credit. He practiced in our same building, and he was showing me, this company has wonderful products, and you can use it to improve your health, and also you can improve your people's health. And I didn't quite believe, but little by little, when I started using the products, and not necessarily the patients, friends, neighbors, they said, wow, this is something very good. So then I said, okay, something is good, I'm going to pursue. Do you know, I didn't even study the program, but the first month I got a check of $74.24. And I said, well, at least a little something. The second month, I got $1,450 and the bonus. And then it keeps growing. Would you know that after 5 years, I hit the highest point. That month, I was making $41,872.76. Would you believe that? I said, no, how could I do that, you know? But when I saw that I'm helping my people, at that time, you know, our program, we have to bring 9 very executives that they have to meet. Sure, they have to meet some deadlines. And then, but, you know, because everything is like a teamwork and everybody sees everybody's successful, they keep going for more. Now, networking, this is work. It's not easy or get rich quick scheme. If it's get rich scheme, quick scheme, you fall apart very quickly too. But here, we build up a very, very strong foundation. And then Wendy, you were talking about, you said your goal. My goal was, I want to have, number one, I want to support my family. The children have good education, paying college tuition without applying for student loans. And we can have, you know, live comfortably, and we can travel. But the other biggest goal is I want to help more people. So there was a year that my partner, the plastic surgeon, said that, Cathy, I want to bring some people to do missionary teamwork in China. So from then on, I have to credit to my sister, who does a lot of business with China and the VIPs and the governments in China. So I said, Angie, I said, we want to bring a team of wonderful medical practitioners, and we want to bring nurses, and we want to bring technicians. We want to bring a team, at least a dozen of them. They were so kind to give up their 2 weeks vacation each year. So, and then we went to China to every year we do the missionary teamwork, helping people, especially children with cleft lips, birth defects, cleft lips, cleft palates, and burn beyond recognition. And there were some even adults that they had deformities, and it just they couldn't live a normal life. So then from the first year, my sister and I and my partner and my husband, we went from the south of China in November. We were perspiring in the south. We travel every 2 days on the plane and get to the north when they were snowing and they were eating hot pots. We were close to Mongolia. So we did a lot of site visits in the hospital to see which hospital needs the help. And then we have to meet with the communist leaders, the political committees, because we want to make sure that they understand why we are going there. We have to meet with the hospital chiefs and to let them know we're not coming to compete. We're coming to share the knowledge. The doctors have meetings with the doctors there. Nurses have meetings with nurses there. So they exchange. And the other thing is we had persuaded some of the big companies who, like Gillette wanted to make the name in China. So we brought them, they gave us $60,000 of monitor. And for China to receive this monitor, if they have to pay tax, they couldn't afford to pay the tax to get that. So we had to also talk to the customs so that they would be tax-free for them. So all this through a lot of hard work every year. We were so happy that we were able to go there every trip, at least two weeks. And from there, you know, I have a book of heartwarming stories and pictures and so much to share. Mm-hmm. For this, to me, I think that's my main goal. I want to do as much as possible to help people. Just like your goals, some of you are already talking about goal. I didn't talk about that until I got into it like 5-6 years later. And so you're ahead of me. I'm just so proud of you. And So these are my goals, and how do I celebrate? I think this is my celebration.
Oh, wait, I didn't even ask you those questions yet, Molly. Hold on. So Daddy's an acupuncturist, and that's what he came over from China to do. And on an acupuncturist salary, were you able to afford, and that was your only source of income when Laura and I were little. With that income, when he stopped working, when he got sick, he couldn't work, right?
For a short time.
Yeah. So, but you were thinking about like, how do I pay for college? Could you guys afford college for us on your acupuncture salary? No.
Maybe you would have to. I mean, number one, not that we are not doing good business. We're doing wonderful business, but we have a good heart. I mean, maybe it's just because of me. I don't want to increase the fee every year like everybody else. We don't want to charge the highest fee. We are loving them. We are loving the people today. Where people coming, one came from like 17 years ago. They still come back. Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. And there were one last 2 weeks, there were one say, we came to you 31 years ago. I said, oh, wow. I said, okay, now don't feel so good that you have to wait another 31 years to come to us, okay? So we love our people. You know, now that we don't see our family, our children or grandchildren that often, we feel that they are our family because, you know, we just feel so happy. So because of that, we are not able to get rich like other acupuncture. When we first came to this country in 1975, we met a doctor who already charging people $100 46 years ago. It's our fee now. I mean, but other people are charging like 200 in our area. We don't. And sometimes people who are not able to, I will even lower the price myself. I say, okay, you know, don't worry. So
right. Yeah. So that
be able to get rich just doing business like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's linear income. You're trading time for money too. So it's not true leverage. So when network marketing came into our lives, what were some things that you were able to provide that the acupuncture world couldn't provide for us?
Thanks for that question. I'm so happy that at least, you know what, besides your education, we renovate our house 3 times, 4 times, because I said, I want to move. And then the booker came in. You don't want to move? I said, no, I exhausted my time and I exhausted my resources. And but anyway, the biggest goal is we can, you know, be going everywhere. A company, when we are the top, they call us diamond. They treat diamonds very well, even the family. So remember, you were traveling many places with us, right? Cruise ships, and then one time when you and Laura went to Europe, I said, okay, you go on your own. I just support you, and you try the students' lifestyle when you were traveling. So when you grow up, you can tell your children how was that? Because if you travel with us, we're only hotels and here and there, right? You can try the other way, students' way. That is also good experience. And then what else? Besides this, one time I did celebrate when I was in California, in Los Angeles. We were doing a meeting, but then it was too much dense fog. We cannot fly to San Francisco. So we grabbed up our suitcase and ran, and then we went to call a cab, and then the cab driver drove us to the next meeting room, just make it in time. And so, but the next day I said, hey, we made it. So you know what to treat ourselves. We called a limousine, and we went to Seattle, the Nordstrom. We went inside, we have only 2 hours. So I said, we went inside, I saw a pair of shoes. I said, okay, this is my treat. So I grabbed a pair of red shoes, and that was my celebration. That that was a material thing, just a little simple, but I'm not big on that.
No, that's fine.
So,
So something that really struck me when I was building my business, and I have to credit my sister Laura for introducing me to network marketing for me, because I saw it for you and I saw what it could do for our family, like paying for my college tuition and all the trips that you took us on. Like Laura, I think you and I had some really fun times, just like, I don't know, we had an extended family. We had, and then just hearing stories, and they were great. We both caught king salmon and we stuffed them, and mine's in my garage. Laura, I don't know where, oh yeah, yours is probably over your bed or something. But they're memories, right? And but when I started building and I was getting frustrated and I asked you for advice, you shared with me the differences between your US market and your Eurasian market and the differences between that. Can you say what the difference was? Like, what was your US market like?
US market, okay. I have big markets in Euro-Asian countries: Moscow, St. Petersburg, Georgia Republic, Ukraine. We travel all over. We did Istanbul, we went to Cyprus. 500 big leaders came to meet with us. See, it's different there. Here, I found a lot of people just dwelling on the products. Is that the question? Is that the answer? So yeah, most of us, dwelling on the products, which I don't deny, because if the company had bad products, you don't even want to talk about it, right? But to me, I think, excuse me, I think most people put in like 80% of their time focusing on the products, and then 20% of the time to do business program. But to me, I realized that we need to reverse it. Put your 20% to talk about products, that's fine, it's good. But put 80% focusing on business building. Then your business would go even faster. So here in USA, seems like more people are dwelling on the products. But why I have a big market in Euro-Asian market is because these big leaders, they said something like this. There are people there, if they can only afford one product a month with their monthly salary, this is very difficult, right? You say, gee, how can I join your company? So the leaders taught them, number one, this product is good, no doubt about it. You don't have to waste your time talk about product. I know you cannot afford it. You know what? You bring 5 people. You bring 5 people. I'm going to teach you how you improve your income based on the product, because when they come in, they use the product, they said, it's good, I'm going to bring 5. So my Euro-Asian part, not that you have to do that, but these people, they focus on 80% on business building, 20% on product sharing. To me, I think this is a perfect formula. So do not worry about, some say, oh, I'm afraid of talking about money. They thought I'm just a gold digger. It is not. It's actual life. We need that. We need money to support our life, right? And so to me, if number one, don't get disappointed if somebody say no to you. Yeah, one more thing. I remember when I was starting, they said, okay, you put 10 of the beans or 10 coins in your pocket every day. Just talk about 10 people. When you finish one, put in another pocket, put in another pocket. Every day you talk to 10 people, there's 1 or 2 will say yes to you. So remember this. Just tell yourself, some will, some won't. Someone is waiting. So, just remember the S, okay? Some won't, some will, some is waiting, or so what? Someone is waiting. So So you just don't get disappointed. Just be happy with the ones that you're talking to and work with the ones that you have, that they have your like-minded thinking. So this is something that I remember. I don't know, is it outdated or no?
No, it's not outdated. It still works. And just curious for in terms of compensation, I feel like I've seen a couple of compensation plans, but in your companies, were there does your volume flush at some point? Is it like at the end of the month, at the end of the year?
Well, luckily I didn't even, but let me tell you, my company, we have like 5 top people. So one was a business builder, one was a CPA. So the CPA can teach us so much in details about the marketing plan, about what to win the most. And then another one is Margie. You know, she's almost like the pioneer when the company started the business or in the garage and making products and finally go so big. So she had the one that a founder, right? Almost. She was a former Miss Utah, and she. The husband somehow, I don't know what happened, she single-handed brought up 4 children. So she used her story and just heart-wrenching when she was like struggling and she made a big empire. And she was on top of me. That was the one that earned a lot of money. When I earn money from Euro-Asian market, she earns a lot of money from USA. So, and then the other one is really a go-getter. He was a leader in many companies, and he went through at least 10 or more companies. His focus is, I don't know if everybody can follow that. His focus is the company wanted us to have $100 a month as a basic, order. And he said, this company has some wonderful products. I want you to bring in people who can do 1,000 a month. So, because the product is so good, you can just share with your family or everybody. I promise you in 6 months, you're going to make 6 figures. So do you know he had collected so many people? But first, of course, he was in the other company and he flew to our company. He wanted to investigate before he bring in a lot of people. So he had a lot of people bringing in, when he goes anywhere, they go anywhere. So they make a lot of money, but we are not that type of person. So we have to see what is good for us to, you magnify your good skill. So then you can be successful much quicker. To me, they want, so what I was one of them, I'll travel all over the world because I really, I'm different. Not that I'm that good, it's just I'm different. So what I talk about is I want to benefit everybody and help them become healthier and wealthier. And then when we flew there, they have so big a stage and a big auditorium waiting for us. There were people from Romania. There were a group of people who even came to me, are you Cathy Lok? I brought my children here. They want to touch you, see if you were for real. And they gave me small gifts and I still have it under my pillows. I think of them all the time. So the other thing that I make a lot is friendship. We have friends like forever and also all over the world, not just here, not just in my hometown. We know, probably you remember some of them, right? Wendy and Laura, Sunny Han, Margie, and all these people. We're still keeping in touch. And Pauline Root, 97. She said she's in upstate New York. I call her, she's more upbeat than me. She's like, she said, oh, what's up? Hey, oh, nobody, I said, you're gonna live forever. You have to live forever, because if I'm down, although I know I am not always down, but if I'm down, I want to call you. You bring me up. She said, definitely, I'll be here. So all these friends, it is so rich, you know, not money rich, but this is even more rich. So I live a rich life, and thank you so much for, you know, this wonderful companies and wonderful people and wonderful products.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't know if anyone has like any questions or comments or something that you took away from my mom's story.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, Wendy, the one thing that your mom's just said, and I've heard it many, many times before, but the way your mom said it hit home to me, was about promoting the business for 80% and the products for 20%. You know, we all want to help everybody, but we also, it's a business.
Yes.
And we have, if we don't build our business, then we can't help anybody.
Right.
And I thought the way your mom said it was just absolutely fabulous. Thanks, Cathy.
Oh, thank you, Harry. I love you. I love you. You're so good. Thank you. I don't know if you have any questions, anybody. I'll answer if I know. If I don't know.
Or takeaways, like what messages were you picking up? Did you pick up? I heard, the story that I heard was like, I knew you traveled around a lot, and I knew there was always a lineup. And this time when I heard the story, it was just interesting how there are very different personalities that were picked to travel together and present. And I think that it's so important to reach people from all different backgrounds, different personalities, different learning styles. So everyone had a little piece. It was like almost like the Fabulous Five, but it was different people with different skill sets that you were allowed to share your expertise. And I think that really connected with the audience. So I think that was something that made me think about like, can I implement that somehow?
But the same thing, you know, you just have to invite as many people as you can, and you're going to find out a lot of good people that is like, you know, the major posts of the building. So you work with these people and they work with everybody. You're going to be succeed. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And those who are just, we call that dead wood. Don't worry about them. When one day, maybe they'll just become alive when they see their friends and their contacts becoming happy and healthier. Yeah. And then wealthier. Yeah. So pay attention to those who had the motivation to do it. And then, you know, when you have your leisure time, you like to pick up some dead woods. That's all welcome too. We call them dead wood.
I really like the matter-of-fact way that, you know, if someone doesn't have a lot of money, it's like, don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about no money. You just bring 5 people and we'll show you how we can help you make money. The products are good. And I wonder if we, you know, with Isogenics now, we're 20 years in, I think our products are, you know, have pretty much proven themselves, you know, in terms of the 30-day system, right? I mean, the collagen and the adaptogen, it's hard not to be excited about them. But I think we're at that stage too, where we could be maybe a little bit more kind of, listen, this is no longer on trial. So let's talk about how we can help you make money. I just love that matter-of-factness in your style, Cathy. Thank you.
Yes, it's very true. And a lot of Russian people, you know, they were very poor. But a lot now, after working on this company, you know, every like 5 years anniversary, they invite us to go there, 10 years anniversary. We saw people are growing so big, and they came to United States to attend conventions, and they live a wonderful life. And that motivates so many people. Yeah, you're so right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
Leah's calling in from Australia too.
Oh, yes, we have a big Australian group there. So we went to Adelaide, we went to Perth. When they invite us, they treat us with turkey dry meats. What do they call that?
Oh, ham on the bone. Yeah.
Oh, we have a lady who met. We just bumped into each other in the ladies' room when the break of the convention. So I heard her crying, and so I asked her what happened, and I said, "Okay, I'm going to give you a product and let you try." I forgot about her, but a year later, she wrote me back. She said, "Your product helped me so much. Even my doctor was amazed that my lump in my breast was gone." And so she said, I started doing the business, and she said, "I'm doing so well. Cathy, when are you coming for a visit? We have a big house to invite you." Oh, it's so heartwarming. I love Australia. Which part of Australia, Liz?
In Sydney. In Sydney.
We went to Sydney, yes. Kangaroo meats, yes. Yeah, and it's lovely. You still have family there?
Yes, I do. In fact, I grew up in Adelaide, so my brother is still in Adelaide, and but I'm here in Sydney. So yeah.
It's a beautiful place. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's warm. I love it.
Yes.
You never brought Lauren either, but
yeah.
Laura, do you have anything that you would add or comment or fill in the blanks?
Just thank you for this conversation, sharing knowledge and tips from our mother's experience to help boost up all these folks' businesses as well. I think that one thing to keep in mind, when we do have those down moments, is the why you do anything. To kind of, when you do have those down moments, and also gratitude, what you started the call with, having gratitude, recognizing that we're not literally swimming with sharks. Things aren't as bad as they seem, and we are more powerful than we think we are. Our why, and congratulations. I don't know if I missed this part, but I just want to say I'm super proud of you coming onto this call and seeing all these folks join in and participating, and also that for your recent placing in the competition.
Yeah, so good. This morning we saw another body trainer's husband. They both came to our office for treatments, and her husband is such a wonderful person. When I mentioned about that, I said, today the wife didn't come, so I said, tell Beth that Wendy is number one at the competition. He said, wow. He said, can I have some pictures? And I said, well, you want some pictures? Yeah, I want to show my wife because she's so happy when I told her about that. So I hope you don't mind, Wendy. I click a few pictures, and then he said, this is so wonderful. I said, okay, now you pay me double. So he's laughing. He said, okay. I'm waiting for him to come back on Tuesday and let me know. I mean, how he has to go take the son to visit schools. So he can come this week. He come next Tuesday. I can't wait for him to tell me how Beth Rowland, she's a body trainer for 28 years. And at the beginning, she was doing that herself. So yeah, wonderful people.
I want to see her pictures.
Yeah, I know. That's why, I would ask her for hers. But anyway. Okay, I'm sidetracked. Sorry.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And thank you for being a role model for me. And yeah, I mean, when we were younger, I used to find it so annoying that you have to stop and talk to everybody. But now I get it. Now I'm like, I need to be like my mom. She was super successful.
You're better. Everybody here would be better than me. I know that.
I think that isn't that what they call, is it retribution or what is it, like the full circle? Isn't it beautiful? It's just, yeah, that's so gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah, so lovely meeting you, Liz. And Harry and James and everybody. So nice.
Yeah.
Cathy, your positivity and your joy is just so wonderful. It was so wonderful to meet you virtually, and I see where Wendy gets it from. And so thank you so much for being here. I was just wondering if you're still working in network marketing.
Oh, some, not as much, because my husband is busy, so I have to help put in more time. And now that we cannot travel so much, we try to be safe and to be, we observe all the protocols. And thank you so much, Sarah. You are such a sweetheart. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Love you all. Love you all. Yeah. So you just do, life have a different stage. You just do what is most important for you, for your family, for everybody in that certain stage. And when I look back, I'm happy that I lived a very rich life. And I know so many people and a lot of friendship. I always think about this, which is my most diamonds. Yeah. Yeah. So that happy life is beautiful.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for coming on the call, and thank you guys for allowing us to hijack this meeting call.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was just you guys have mommy and daddy have always taught us about like prevention and just having a big heart and helping people who we can help. And with this vehicle of network marketing, we can hopefully help more and more people. So
Yes.
thank you. We're at the top of the hour. Oh, Jojo, you want to say something?
I just wanted to say thank you, and thank you for casting the vision and staying with it and showing us what can happen when you do.
Yes.
And I know that if I asked you, consistency and persistency would be two top things.
Yes.
Is there a third thing that you would add to that?
Professional, polite, and everything. It's the most important thing. And be patient. And be professional. Be polite. Be pessimistic. Be all the P that I can say. So thank you, Jojo.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your story. I know that there's probably so much more to it. I will have to invite you back so you can tell us more about it.
Thank you so much. You people have all the new techniques and all the, I was old timers, maybe not good enough for you. Thank you. I learned from you people.
Without you, there would not be us, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mommy, you learned how to do it the hard way so that we could do it in a more efficient way. I remember like the fax machine, the reports, the monthly reports coming out, and they were all on the floor, and like you packing the tape like late at night, wrapping the packages and everything. So now there's like drop ship. It's awesome.
Yeah, I work for Daddy in the daytime. At night I have to do, because it's all different time zones. And Daddy always say, go to sleep. I said, yeah, I want, but who's doing this? And probably that's why my wrinkles are more than everybody else. Anyway.
Nope. Well, we got the collagen coming on. So anyway, so thank you guys. Thank you so much for your time, and have a fantastic week, and know that each one of us here is so very special, so unique and gifted, and the world is waiting for our talents.
Each one of you is a real diamond. Love, love.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice evening.